I would like to offer a bit of advice for the single mothers out there, or the mothers that are that may be co-parenting, but it may be a little bit challenging, right? I wanted to say this. I rose up with this on my spirit. Make sure that while you are raising your sons, right, that you are not creating within your home the same very man that you despise. And what I mean by that is that I see this happening all the time, right? All the time by people that I have either dated, people that I have observed, hell, people in my own family. So when it comes to raising these young men, let's ensure that we are changing the narrative and we are raising emotionally intelligent young men, men who know how to be aware, self-aware of their emotions, of their feelings, right? Be aware and self-aware. And be aware of others' emotions and feelings, right? Knowing how to properly articulate how they are feeling, right? Knowing how to be able to read a room, knowing how to have critical thinking skills and conflict resolution skills instead of running and resorting to anger or to their vice, right? To pacify them. So ensure that we are really instilling emotional intelligence into our young men because it is okay to cry. It is okay to display emotions. All of that is fine and dandy, but also creating safe spaces for these young men to be able to express that, right? Because again, you want to change the narrative. So if you are tired of running into, emotionally unintelligent men, make sure that you are raising an emotionally intelligent man, young man, right? There's there's so many different, I'm gonna say this, you mamas out there be the enablers of your son's bullshit, and then you send them out into the world, right? And then you expect for everyone to be okay with their shit. And I have seen far too many times to where mothers will ride or die for their sons and hold their sons down knowing their sons are wrong, right? And if we are going to again shift the narrative and change that, we have to ensure that we are doing our part, right, to not creating these overly broken young men who turn into overly broken grown men who just keep repeating the cycle, right? And a lot of us are not given the proper tools to get ourselves out of those emotionally broken states. So with that, again, let's ensure that we are raising men who know how to communicate, who know how to speak, who know how to hold a conversation instead of bottling in their emotions, and keeping it to themselves. They want to run away or they want to put their hands on something or whatever the case may be, right? So if we're going to work on changing the narrative and shifting the narrative, we got to be very conscientious in what we're doing. There's a difference. Conscious is being aware. We know that this is an issue, but conscientious is like actually having a plan, an action plan to make the shift, okay? Because a lot of people are aware of what's going on, but how many people are actually doing something about it? So I love you. Peace.